Everyone wants the secret to getting everything they want in life: money, power, success, respect. But they're too blind to see it's not out there, it's in here. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And until you rewire your mindset, control your energy, and step into the identity of a winner, nothing in your life is going to change. Manifestation isn't magic, it's war, and the battlefield is your own mind. Reality bows to belief. That's not just a phrase. It's the foundation of how life works if you want to dominate it. Every single thing you see around you was first created in someone's mind. The car you drive, the phone in your hand, the building you live in, the business you want to own, all of it started with belief before it became real. That's the truth most people ignore because they're too soft to understand how powerful their mind really is. They think life happens to them, when in reality, they're just living out the script they wrote in their own head. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you believe you are. If your belief system is weak, your reality will be weak. It's not even about whether you're rich or poor, strong or weak. It's about what you've allowed your mind to accept as truth. Most people have already accepted failure before they've even started. They say things like, "I can't, that's too hard, that's not realistic." You know what that is? Mental poison. You've already lost. You've manifested loss through belief in limitation. And the universe is listening, not to your words, but to your vibration. You walk like a loser, think like a loser, believe like a loser. Don't be shocked when your life reflects it. The mind is the battleground. If you don't win the war up there, you won't win anywhere else. You could have all the resources, all the talent, all the opportunity, but if your belief is shaky, nothing sticks. People walk around waiting for proof before they believe in themselves. That's backward. You believe first, then the proof shows up. The results follow your certainty. That's how the greats operate. That's how winners think. They believe it's already done before they even start. They walk into the room like they've already conquered it. That energy forces reality to catch up. Every excuse you've ever made, every limit you've placed on yourself, it was all born in your mind. You didn't fail because of your circumstances. You failed because you believed your circumstances had power over you. That's the shift most people never make. They keep begging the world to change while refusing to change their mindset. Manifestation isn't magic, it's mental warfare. It's waking up and declaring what you will become and then living like it's already true. It's not about lying to yourself, it's about building an unbreakable inner reality that eventually dominates the external world. The most dangerous man in the room isn't the one with the loudest mouth or the biggest muscles. It's the one who truly believes deep in his bones that he can't lose. That kind of belief bends the world. It makes people listen. It opens doors. It destroys doubt. It attracts success like a magnet. Because when you believe without hesitation, you move without fear. You stop hesitating. You stop second guessing. You start becoming. You move like the outcome is guaranteed. That's power. That's how you manifest anything. Not by begging for it, but by becoming the kind of person who's already living it in their mind. Because when the belief is real, reality has no choice but to obey. Your mind is either your most powerful weapon or your most brutal prison. There is no in between. The way you think will either build an empire or destroy your potential before you even begin. People walk around like slaves to their own emotions, letting every thought, every doubt, every little fear dictate how they live, how they move, how they speak. That's not freedom. That's mental slavery. You're not chained to anything but your own weakness and thinking. The most dangerous thing in your life isn't other people. It's the untrained voice in your head telling you you're not good enough, not ready, not worthy. You want to win. You want to manifest anything worth having? Then train your mind like a weapon, like a machine. You train your body in the gym to get strong. Why don't you train your mind to get ruthless? The same way you don't expect muscle without resistance, you shouldn't expect a sharp mind without pressure. Pressure is what reveals whether your mindset is forged in steel or made of paper. The reason most people fold is not because of the outside world, it's because their inner world is soft, undisciplined, untamed. They've spent their whole lives feeding their feelings and starving their focus. Mental discipline means you don't listen to that lazy voice in your head. It means you get up and do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are temporary. The mind isn't about feelings. It's about control. And once you learn to control it, the world can't touch you. You'll watch others break under pressure while you keep moving forward like nothing can faze you. That's the power of a weaponized mind. You can walk through storms like there's sunshine. The world will throw distractions at you, it will test you, tempt you, try to confuse you, but none of that matters if your mind is locked in. The battlefield isn't out there, it's in here. Your ability to focus, to remain calm, to hold your vision even when everything's falling apart, that's what separates the winners from the weak. And you don't get that kind of mental strength by accident. You get it by choice. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, focus over chaos, progress over pleasure, you sharpen the blade of your mind. You turn it into something lethal, something unstoppable. But if you choose weakness, if you let yourself believe the lies that your fears whisper, then you've already surrendered. You've chosen the prison. You've locked yourself in a cage made of your own excuses. No one can save you from that except you. Nobody is going to come rescue you from the war in your mind. You either step up and take control, or you get eaten alive by doubt and mediocrity. You want to manifest greatness? It starts in the mind, not with motivation, not with hype, with pure, cold, calculated mental control. Emotion is noise, distraction is poison. Focus is everything. When your mind is locked in, when you've trained it to kill doubt before it even forms, you become dangerous, not because of what you have, but because of who you are inside. And once your mind is sharp enough, disciplined enough, hardened enough, there is nothing you can't create, nothing you can't attract, nothing you can't dominate, because your mentality sets the tone for your entire reality, and a man who controls his mind controls his future. The world is nothing but a mirror. It doesn't care about what you say you want. It reflects what you are. You can speak all the affirmations you want, read all the self-help books, and watch every motivational video on YouTube. But if the energy you project is weak, uncertain, scattered, that's exactly what life throws back at you. People move through life thinking the world owes them something. It doesn't. The world doesn't respond to your desires, it responds to your presence. And your presence is a direct result of what's going on inside your head. You walk into a room and people can feel your confidence or your insecurity before you even open your mouth. That's real energy. That's what people respond to. They can smell weakness. They can sense doubt. And they treat you based on what you silently broadcast. You think you're being overlooked because people are rude? No, you're being overlooked because you're invisible to them. Your own self-picture is so low, so uncertain, that you've faded into the background. You're not commanding attention because you don't truly believe you deserve it. That's not life being unfair. That's life being honest. Strong thoughts create strong energy. When you believe in yourself with unshakable confidence, it leaks into everything. Your voice, your posture, your eye contact, your decisions. People respect that. They follow it. They're drawn to it. Not because of who you are, but because of what you project. But when your mind is filled with fear, when you constantly second guess yourself, when you walk around needing validation, your energy becomes desperate. And desperation repels. It pushes everything you want further away, even if you're begging for it. Especially if you're begging for it. You chase, you get what you align with. That's the real law, the law of projection. You want power, project power. You want respect, walk like you already own it. You want respect, walk like you already own it. You want success, think, act, and live like it's inevitable. The world adjusts to the image you hold of yourself. That's why your inner world has to be ruthless, focused, sharp. You need to see yourself as the top dog before anyone else will. That energy forces people to treat you differently. They won't even know why, but they will feel it. Because it's not about words, it's about frequency. Well, your energy is a message that speaks louder than your voice ever will. You walk around defeated, insecure, always in doubt, and then wonder why nothing in your life works out. Look at what you're radiating. That's the root. The way you view yourself becomes the blueprint of your reality. It's not magic, it's cause and effect. The strongest people on the planet don't just speak with confidence, they live in a mental state where failure isn't even an option. And that state becomes their reality. The moment you stop waiting for the world to treat you like you matter and start showing the world who you are through your energy, that's when everything starts to shift. You don't chase opportunity, it finds you. You don't need to convince people, they just start listening because they feel it. They feel the certainty, the fire, the dominance behind every move you make. That's not luck. That's inner projection. The stronger your thoughts, the stronger your presence. And the stronger your presence, the more the world bows to your will. You can't manifest anything while doubting yourself. Doubt is the cancer of progress. It creeps in silently, disguises itself as logic, as caution, as humility, but it's pure destruction. The second you entertain doubt, you've given your power away. You've handed the wheel of your life over to fear, and now you're just a passenger. People walk around saying they want success, they want freedom, they want to manifest greatness, but every thought in their head is soaked in hesitation. That's why they never get anywhere, because the universe doesn't respond to confusion, it responds to certainty. Self-doubt doesn't just hold you back. It makes everything you try weaker. Every move you make is poisoned before you even take the first step. When you doubt yourself, you don't act with force. You don't walk with purpose. You tiptoe, you hesitate, you overthink, you ask for permission. That's not how anything is manifested. That's not how power is built. The things you want in life don't come to people who are unsure. They come to people who move like the outcome is already decided. You can't manifest a powerful life with a weak mind. You can't expect success to show up when the image of yourself in your head is broken. Doubt is loud in people who don't trust themselves. You can see it in their eyes, hear it in their voice, feel it in their energy. It infects everything. And the most dangerous part, most people have gotten used to it. They think it's normal to question themselves constantly. They think it's smart to be skeptical of their own abilities. That's not intelligence. That's fear wearing a mask. That's mental sabotage, and it keeps you stuck at the starting line while others pass you by with pure belief. You want to manifest something? You need to believe it's already yours. Not halfway, not I'll believe when I see proof. No, you believe first, with no guarantee, with no safety net, with no applause. Because real belief doesn't wait. Real belief moves first and watches the world catch up. You don't need the world to clap for you. You need to clap for yourself so loud that doubt can't even get a word in. The people who make things happen are the ones who act like it's already done. That's the frequency you have to live on. You breathe it, you speak it, you walk in it. No matter who doubts you, no matter what the world throws at you. If your belief in yourself is weak, every strategy, every opportunity, every plan you try will crumble under pressure. But when your self-belief is unshakable, even if the odds are against you, you'll find a way. Manifestation isn't about tricks or secrets, it's about conviction. The type of conviction that can't be faked, can't be taught, can't be borrowed. It has to be built. And it's built through discipline, through consistency, through choosing yourself every single day, even when nobody else does. You kill doubt by starving it, by refusing to speak it, by refusing to entertain it. You replace it with certainty, with action, with results, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Because the world doesn't hand over power to the unsure, it gives it to the ones who move like they already own it. That's the level you need to be on if you want to manifest anything real. Total belief. Unbreakable mindset. No hesitation, no begging, no doubt. Energy is currency. It's more valuable than time, more powerful than money, and more influential than words. The way you use your energy determines the life you create. Most people throw it around like it's unlimited. They waste it on distractions, on complaining, on watching people win instead of building their own empire. They spend their mental and emotional energy on gossip, doubt, negativity, and things that have nothing to do with their goals. And then they wonder why nothing's happening for them. Because they're broke and the only currency that really matters, focus and energy. Your energy is your signal to the universe. It tells the world who you are, what you want, and how serious you are about getting it. When your energy is all over the place, your results are all over the place. Scattered energy equals a scattered life. You say you want success, but your energy is focused on fear. You say you want to manifest greatness, but you're draining yourself with distractions every day. It doesn't add up, and the world knows it. Manifestation doesn't come from intention alone, it comes from where you direct your energy consistently. The clearer and stronger the energy, the faster the manifestation. Look around at the winners, the ones actually making moves. They don't waste their energy, they guard it. They protect their mind, their circle, their focus, like their life depends on it, because it does. Every second spent on something useless is a second you didn't invest in your vision. That's energy you never get back. And this is what separates the top 1% from the masses. The average man spends his energy reacting to the world. The elite man uses his energy to build the world he wants. Obsessive focus is a cheat code. It compresses time. It bends reality. When you're obsessed with your vision, when all your energy is moving in one direction, things start to move for you. You stop waiting. You stop hoping. You start pulling results into your life because your frequency is so locked in. The world has no choice but to respond. That's what people don't understand. Energy is attraction, not just in a spiritual sense, in a real biological, psychological way. People feel your vibe. Opportunities recognize it. Life molds around it. You need to be surgical with your energy, not emotional, not random, surgical. That means cutting out people who drain you, cutting out habits that weaken you, cutting out thoughts that keep you soft. Every moment you spend doubting yourself, arguing with haters, scrolling through trash, you're spending energy like a fool. That's energy you could be using to build your body, your business, your mindset, your brand, your empire. But instead, it's being flushed down the drain because your priorities are emotional instead of strategic. The ones who manifest the most, who move the fastest, who dominate their space, they're not always the smartest. They're just the most focused, the most intentional. They aim their energy like a weapon. Every thought, every move, every hour of their day is aligned with their vision. That kind of focus creates power. It creates momentum. And momentum makes everything easier. You stop fighting for every inch, and the inches start flying toward you. Not because you got lucky, but because you finally got serious about where your energy goes. Manifestation isn't passive, it's aggressive. It's a daily war for your focus, for your discipline, for your belief. If your energy isn't obsessed with what you want, don't expect the world to deliver it. You don't attract what you say you want. You attract what you give your energy to. Every day, relentlessly. Manifestation is not a game of luck. It's a game of identity. You don't get what you dream about, you get what you become. The universe doesn't hand things to people who want success. It hands things to people who live like they already have it. Most people don't understand this because they're stuck trying to do more without becoming more. They chase results without upgrading their identity, and that's why they stay stuck. They keep forcing external change while staying the exact same internally. That's not manifestation, that's madness. You want to manifest something massive, you have to become the type of person who attracts it effortlessly, not by pretending, not by faking it, but by aligning every part of your lifestyle, your behavior, your mindset, and your decisions with the version of you who already has it. That version of you walks differently, speaks differently, thinks differently. That version of you doesn't have time for excuses, drama, laziness, or distraction. That version is dialed in, unshakable, relentless, and until you start living like him, you'll never receive what he owns. People wait for their external life to improve before they change their identity. They think, once I get rich, I'll be confident, or once I'm successful, I'll be disciplined. That's backward. You have to be that person before the results show up. You don't get the success and then transform. You transform and then the success catches up. Identity comes first. Results are the side effect. You don't wait to feel worthy. You build yourself until there's no room left for doubt. You don't wait for motivation. You harden your habits until success is your default. Every single day, the actions you take are either feeding your old self or your new self. You're either reinforcing the same identity that's keeping you stuck, or you're carving out the identity of the version of you that gets everything you want. There is no neutral. It's one or the other. And every time you skip that workout, every time you choose comfort over purpose, every time you break your word to yourself, you're choosing to remain the same. And the same version of you will never attract a different life. Becoming the future version of yourself isn't about acting, it's about alignment. You stop living based on how you feel and start living based on who you are becoming. That means doing things you don't want to do, sacrificing pleasure for progress, saying no when everyone else says yes, waking up before the world and putting in work when nobody's watching. Because the version of you who lives the life you want doesn't need to be convinced. He's already operating at that level. He's not emotional, he's intentional, he moves with purpose every single day. You're not manifesting money, success, respect, love, power. You're manifesting you. A different you, a stronger you, a more focused, disciplined, and dangerous you. And when that version becomes real, Internally, mentally, spiritually, the external world bows to him, not because the universe is magical, but because the universe is fair. It gives you what you're prepared to hold. If your mindset is weak, success will slip through your fingers, but when your identity is forged in fire, success becomes inevitable. You want the secret to manifestation? Here it is. Become the person who already has what you want. Act like him. Think like him. Live like him. And when you do, your reality won't have a choice. It will catch up fast, because reality doesn't resist alignment, it rewards it. The truth is simple but brutal. Your life will only rise to the level of your mindset, your energy, your focus, and your identity. Manifestation isn't about wishing, it's about becoming. If your thoughts are soft, your life will be soft. If your energy is scattered, your results will be scattered. If you carry doubt, you'll manifest delay. But when you lock in mentally, discipline your focus, own your energy, and fully step into the identity of the person who already has what you want, the world bends in your favor. Reality isn't resisting you, it's waiting on you to evolve. Mentality first, reality second. All